Malcolm, what makes you think humanity is worth saving?
Hey, Shalom, it's your brother Yonathan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. I want to give them honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, often in time when we talk about World War III and America being burned with missiles, it seems like a pipe dream to most people because they're so used to things happening in the world and it seems so far, and they don't think that their reality, their society, can be affected by these events. But we know according to prophecy that's not so. This place is going to be affected the most, especially Babylon the Great. America's going to reap all the evil that it's sown all over the earth. You understand? But the flip side to that is the Lord is going to be delivering his elect. Okay? The Lord is going to be delivering those who call on his name, who've been walking after his commandments. All right? Who are operating on faith, who resist the agendas that the devil is going to be pushing during that time. He's going to deliver them out of that. And it's going to be known that, oh, these are the people that the Lord deals with. All right? He set up his men to warn you beforehand, before these things happen. Because it's been given to us the understanding or the pathway to be one of those people that get taken up, that get delivered out of the destruction that's going to hit this place. And it's going to hit all over the world, but this is going to be like the climax of the movie. But although you're going to have the elect being delivered, you're going to have the elect being tested and tried. The scriptures say in 2 Ezra the 7th chapter that, you know, we're going to suffer straight things, but we're going to have hope for the wide. We're going to have understanding that, oh, at the end of this, there's a great reward for standing stiffly for the things of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But let's read about it a little bit. Let's go to 2 Ezra 16, and I'll start at 68. All right, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you." You know, it's going to be some of us who are martyrs for this thing, but there's going to be many who are delivered and witness the destruction. It's prophecy that when the elect get taken up into the chariots, which the world calls the UFOs, the scriptures call them the chariots of the angels. Okay, the same way, you know, in the deliverance in Egypt, you had that angel, that great death angel that was hovering over the people, guiding them through the wilderness, a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day. Okay, that's the same way the elect are going to be taken up out of the way of the destruction. The same way Yahweh Shai, after he rose from the dead, the same way he was taken up. The same way Enoch was taken up. The same way Elijah taken up. Okay, now 2 Ezra 16:68, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under foot." So the elect are going to be resisting, you know, the agenda that the wicked is pushing. Especially that mark, the charagma, the physical mark. You have the mark of the beast, then you have the image of the beast, and you have the beast itself. There's three different things, you know, and a lot of camps don't actually go into it. Okay, you have the beast itself, which is that hegemony, that conglomerate of nations that rules over the earth and governs. Okay, then you have the image of the beast, the philosophies and the ways that it pushes, the decrees, you know, that are lifted up as, oh, this is morally correct, and people subscribe to it. Okay, the way of thinking of these people out here in the society. And you have that actual mark, okay, which is a physical mark so that you could buy or sell, meaning to function within a society. Okay, that's what's coming. And if you take that, you can't repent from it. And it seems like, you know, Great Millstone is in a, you know, in order affiliate camps are the only people that really go into that on a regular basis. That's a big deal. Big deal. And it needs to be spoken about often. Okay, verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every city, so like in every place, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So, you know, those that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua are going to be made out to be the chief terrorist. They're going to be made out to be the reason everything is going haywire. They're going to spin it some way to where we're the problem. All right? And he has to do that because his goal is to get Jacob out of the way, the elect of Jacob out of the way, okay, so that he can continue his kingdom. His plan doesn't work if we're here. So he has to either chip him or get him out the way. So it's going to be made justifiable, all right, for wrath to come down upon the believers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in this world. Okay? Verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. See? All right, so let's talk about the flip side of it, the deliverance, okay? Isaiah 26, and I'll start at verse 20. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut the doors about thee. So this is talk going into us being taken up out of the midst of the destruction. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. As the missiles are hitting this place, all right, as the chariots are also getting busy on this place, the elect are going to be taken up and out of the way and get to see the destruction of the world that hated them, the same way that same world that hated our Lord Yahushua. Verse 21, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin, perpetually sinning, with no regard for the Lord. But again, we have an army on our side. Let me get this for you real quick here in Psalms. All right, Psalm 68. And should I start at 13 maybe? Yeah, I'll start at 13. It says Psalm 68, 13. It says, though ye have lean pots, yet shall ye be as wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. All right, going into, you know, the texture of the chariots. Verse 12, I should have started at 12. The king's armies did fleece apace, and she that tarried at home divided the spoil. When we jump down to verse 17, it says, the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. And just one chariot can completely conquer this whole world, could conquer this whole earth. One chariot decimated Egypt, that world power, back during our first deliverance. And in this second Egypt, man, you know, it's going to outdo the first, like it talks about in Jeremiah. And when I say this second Egypt, Babylon the Great is likened unto Sodom and Egypt in Revelation 11 and 8, right? It's the place where we're in bondage, and it's likened unto Sodom because of the vibration that's pushed here in this place. This is the epicenter in which that vibration is pushed all over the world. All right, let's go to Isaiah, the 4th chapter and the 5th verse. Let me get it here. It says, and the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies, a cloud and a smoke by day, just like, remember Egypt, and the shining of a flaming fire by night, for upon all the glory shall be a defense. The Lord is going to defend us. We have an army on our side, all right? Let me jump down here. Could read that one. Let's see. Isaiah 66, 15, it says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. Those that concentrated heat that's going to come down on these people in this society. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So, you know, you're standing up for righteousness, you're going to be protected. You're going to be defended, okay? Now, the majority of the people that we see from day to day, they're simply going to be missile food. They're going to be left here and melted, I think it's in Zechariah. Okay? And the chariots are going to be getting busy too. That's why I entitled this lesson, look at all the missile food. Look at all these people in that proud spirit, in that deep sleep, okay? Who think that their reality could never be altered to where they would have to lean on the Most High. These people have no regard or thought to depend on the Lord. And even when shit does get bad, they're going to turn to Esau. That carnal help. One to them that go down to Egypt for help. They're going to turn onto that because they don't have a spiritual, thought, or they don't have any kind of spiritual energy and righteousness on them. So they're going to turn to a carnal solution. And 2/3 of our people, unfortunately, are in that state of mind, are in that spiritual state, to where they only understand carnal solutions. So they're going to turn to the carnal man. So, let's talk about the missiles, man. Let's talk about why these people are missile food. How the only solution for them is the majority of them to be reset. Job 20:22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency. So when he thinks he's achieved the culmination of his plan. Let's look up the word sufficiency. Let's see what it says. The word is sapak, and it says hand clapping, mocking, mockery, scorn. So when he's like, oh yeah, I conquered you niggas, I got the blessing now. When he's in that spirit, the Lord's going to kick in the door on his ass, man. The same way, they do Jake when they do a raid. The Lord's going to kick the door in on Esau. All right. In the fullness, is verse 22, Job 20:22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, a pathway of difficulty. He's going to be between a rock and a hard place. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon. What is that? Let's look that up here. So when you look up the word weapon here, nashak, all right, nashak, it one of the descriptions that it uses is military equipment. All right, iron weapon. He shall flee from the iron weapon, but it's going to strike him through. It's talking about the missiles. And the bow of steel shall strike him through. Let's go to Isaiah 34:4. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. So when those missiles hit, poof, what do they make when that cloud comes up? A mushroom cloud. It looks like it's rolling over itself. So when the prophets were seeing these visions of the future, they were describing it in the best terms that they could. All right? Isaiah 34:4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from the from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree. So going all the way back to World War II, the Lord put the spirit on a lot of those engineers and scientists to create this weapon, to create this technology, so it could be used for them to destroy themselves. Okay, and you could actually, let's go to it's still in Isaiah, I think, 54. Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right, the smith, you look up that word, is Karash, and it says craftsman, artisan, engraver, artificer, skillful to destroy. So the Lord put the spirit on the scientists and those engineers to create something. What was it? All right. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. So the Lord put the spirit on them to create something for his purpose. And I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, and then you go to Isaiah 9:5. It talks about how every battle of the warrior is fought. Let's read it. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, what guns going off, men screaming, cannons, strange sounds, men, pleading for their lives in the field, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. It's talking about this third woe, how it's going to be fought differently from every other war up until this point. It's going to be fought with burning and fuel of fire. And then immediately after that, in verse 6, it talks about the government being established on Yahweh's shoulders. Okay? So the missiles are in the Bible. The chariots are in the Bible. They're both going to get busy on this place. And that's going to majority of these people, they're going to be victims of it. So they're missile food. Okay? Strive not to be missile food. All right? In your daily sacrifice, strive not to be missile food. We give a daily sacrifice every day. How you conduct yourself, what you give your time to. It's a daily sacrifice. So let's just strive. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. Let's strive not to be missile food, man. There's going to be people left behind. All right? But the people taken up and delivered, they're not going to be taken up before, you know, everything pops off. They're going to be in the midst of everything popping off. But they're going to be taken up. And that's going to be the biggest I told you so moment in history. You go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. I love that chapter. You read about it. It talks about the inner mind of the people as they see the elect being delivered up. It goes into the inner workings of, oh, this was he who we sometimes had in derision and a proverb of approach. We look down on these people, but they're the ones that had the truth, and we didn't. That's the moment we all want, man. To see this place fall, to be delivered, and to be appreciated for all the labors that we labored in. That's really the motivation behind a lot of things that Jake do. They want women because they're gonna correlate, you know, the affection and things they can get from women from being appreciated, from status, being somebody. All right, they want things, they want money, they want status, so that people will appreciate them. They'll feel respected. They'll feel valuable. When the only value that we have is our usefulness to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know? All right, so Abaratazah, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Got to get to work. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon Yahweh. Shalom.